Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. So I want to talk about the Daryl Dixon trailer that came out, and I mean, I totally forgot that they would be releasing one. Honestly, I was sort of under the impression that they were done with doing that, but no, it looks like pretty much every Sunday we could probably expect to see some sort of trailer. And yeah, I mean, it's really honestly really cool. Everything that we're getting so far is really showing us that this is like, and that's the thing. See, this type of marketing is the stuff that we used to get like years ago for like just other Walking Dead projects or like an upcoming season sort of thing, right? Like right now, this is sort of building up to Comic-Con. Right now, it's kind of new because we never really had a show like this. But like, I just remember for season 8 and season 9, that's sort of the last seasons where we really got a lot of stuff like this, and then it just kind of stopped. And I remember, at least going into season 9, which was like 2018, is a very long time ago. I remember like there was a lot of footage. There's like these teasers that they would release that, you know, would tease the season. There would be like little 30-second clips here and there, and it was like once a week, or a lot of it was in July building up to Comic-Con, because then we would get the trailer for the next season, right? We would get character portraits beforehand. And so whenever I talk about like the marketing and stuff, and I really want to go back to that, that's kind of what I'm referencing, is just that excitement back then. And even last year with the final season, we never got that. And this year, though, it actually looks like we are getting that. Like they actually are really promoting these shows a lot. Like Dead City, they did a lot for Dead City, and like all the marketing and stuff in New York City, you know, just a lot of that. Even to this day, they're still doing a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of interviews coming out after each episode. Like there's a lot of stuff here. It really feels legit. I also think with AMC Plus not releasing it a week early helps so much. Like on the Thursday, it makes a big difference. Honestly, I would prefer them to just release it on the day, like just on the Sunday. So, you know, maybe I would still watch it early, but I would just post my review just at some time on Sunday, but everyone would still watch it at nighttime. This way, you don't have spoilers for like the couple of days before that, right? Like, I think that would be super awesome, but obviously I know the appeal of a couple of days early to, you know, to be able to watch it is something that people really like. Though I still think people would subscribe to AMC Plus, because that's just sort of how people watch TV now. Not a lot of people have cable, so I don't think they have to do the 2 or 3 days early thing. But the 2 or 3 days early thing is much better than a week early, right? Because that was really messing with a lot of people. And right now, it's just amazing. Honestly, it's so much fun. Like there's just all of this stuff coming out with The Walking Dead. It feels like it used to. Like it's a crazy thing to say, but it really does feel like it used to. And last night, we got the Daryl Dixon teaser, and this teaser, it actually might be my favorite teaser. It's kind of hard to say. A lot of that trailer still showed, you know, some stuff that we got in the previous one, but the music really did set the tone here. And this trailer, I think in terms of footage, might be my favorite, because we so get the tone here of the show, and they really are going with like this religious vibe, and it really is so cool. Like I mentioned in my other video that this really feels like almost like an exorcism, like apocalypse show kind of thing. Like, I know that makes no sense. They're not going to do anything like that. Or maybe there is a scene like that. Like maybe the nuns believe in something like that. Like that would be so cool to see. Imagine like there's a walker there and they're performing an exorcism or something, like, or like maybe they have a belief in something that they do. Like that would just be so cool to see. I would love that. But this just feels like, I don't want to say a period piece, but it has those elements to it, right? Like this feels like something out of like the 1800s or something like that. And I kind of like that. Like there's not a lot to it, because obviously it's set in the apocalypse. There's going to be zombies there. You know, Daryl's going to have a gun, and there's going to be like communication via walkie-talkie and stuff. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's a lot more modern, but there's just that element to it where it really feels like it's centuries old, right? Like, so I really like that about this. And we do see Daryl. He wakes up in this place here. He's sort of just like out of it, dazed and confused. And he notices, you know, obviously some of the nuns here doing some, I guess they're just taking care of him, right? Like they're nurses, I'm assuming, and they're actually like bringing him back to life kind of thing, because they probably think he's like almost dead at this point, right? And it'll be interesting to learn a lot more about them and exactly what they do, how long, or just like how they survive this entire time, because they're still alive. This is set 10-15 years after the apocalypse started, and they're still around doing this. So I'm very, very interested in that. There is this shot of this newer character here that I don't know if she's going to end up being like a background character. Maybe this is literally her only appearance here, but you do got to wonder if like some of these nuns here are actually going to be a big part of the story, right? I think it would be really cool. I want I mean, obviously in Dead City, we're meeting a lot of new characters. So I think that on this show, you know, just having different characters from different backgrounds. I think it's just super awesome. And honestly, like this trailer here, like there's a shot right here. We see Daryl and he's literally being branded, which is like insane. Like he's actually literally being branded. And it's like, what does this mean? You know, like what does this actually mean? Is this like a cult or something? You know, like I'm very curious. Like that could be really, really cool. Like this, you know, this feels really creepy. Like he's being branded and maybe it's just sort of a thing of like, we branded you because we brought you back from whatever. And it's something with their beliefs of something, and now you're a part of this now, sort of thing, right? Like I'm really interested in how that's going to play out here. And what if the people here are villains? Like that's the thing. Like I'm assuming that they're good, but what if they're actually villains and Daryl has to like run away from them? I mean, based off of some of the footage that I've seen, I don't think so. I actually do think that they're not villains at all, and I do think they're going to help Daryl out quite a bit, but it is really interesting. And then we have a shot here of everyone all together here. There's actually this shot here, which I imagine maybe this is related to Daryl. Daryl's woken up already, and he just sort of walks out here, and he's just like, okay, who are you guys, and what's happening here, right? But yeah, really incredible shot here. And then obviously the logo just appears, and it says, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. And this just, again, for the tone and everything, this feels legit. This feels right. And I do believe that this is going to be the title. I know people are saying, well, right now, it's just a working title. I think this is the title, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, and I do like it. I think the title works. I've been saying this for like a year now. This is the exact title I want. You know, I don't want anything too crazy and creative because it just in terms of marketing and stuff, like it's not going to be shown a lot to a lot of people. Like some people would miss it. And that is a fact. You know, I look at Marvel, and again, like they're comic book characters, but it's the same thing. If you look at it from a marketing perspective, you have a character named Spider-Man, and all of the movies are titled Spider-Man. Yes, they'll have subtitles to it or whatever, but like it's still it's Spider-Man, right? Like you totally get what you're getting with that, and that's the same thing here. You name it The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, and that is so extremely marketable. People understand exactly what that is. Like imagine if you take the Walking Dead name away. It's just called Daryl Dixon. Immediately, it loses a little bit of its power. So even just having The Walking Dead there, like having that logo there as well, I totally get it. And I just, yeah, you know, the more people watching the show, the better. I think it works. And again, titles don't really matter overall. Like they really don't matter. Like I always bring up the example of like the Beatles. I don't like that name for a band. I just don't. Like the Beatles for a band, it's just, it could sound a little off. You know, there's a lot of bands back in the day that did that, like the Animals and all that. Like those names I could see sounding very off, but because of the music, because of the actual content you're getting, you forget about that. And it almost changes the name quite a bit where you start to just kind of like the name. So to me, I think it works. I really do think it works. And we're not going to be focused on this at all. Like once we watch the show, we're going to totally forget about the name. It's the same thing with The Walking Dead, Rick and Michonne. People are criticizing that. Once we watch the show, we're not even going to think of the name. We're just going to be like, I love the story. This was really cool. And you're more going to care about that, right? So I'm so excited for this. It looks like we're going to probably be getting a lot more of these, probably building up to Comic-Con. So every Sunday, I guess we could expect a new trailer of some sorts here. And yeah, we do obviously have the last shot here where we do see a lot of France and it says coming this fall. And I'm expecting the release date to be October. The only way I could see them pushing it off a little bit is because of Fear the Walking Dead's premiere. That's the only thing where I'm like, maybe there could be, you know, a change there. Like, I don't know, because like they said Fear is also premiering in the fall. So is it premiering at like late September? That would mean that, you know, that would go for 6 weeks until like what? End of October. And then I guess this show would premiere at the end of October going into like the end of November, early December. That also does work as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I think the more you push it off like that, the better, honestly, because having shows premiere in August is just really weird. Like, I don't think shows ever really work in August. Like, Tales of the Walking Dead premiered in August. I thought that was so weird. It's just not a good time to watch The Walking Dead, in my opinion. I think The Walking Dead, I think the spring works, you know, or early winter or late winter. And then I think just like in the fall is the best time. Summertime is just a little off. Like, it just feels really weird. Like, even going back to The Walking Dead season 11A, it just felt really weird to watch that in the summer. It never really felt right. But yeah, definitely post your thoughts down below. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Obviously the Daryl Dixon teaser, I mean, every single one just seems to be getting better and better. I'm really interested in just the overall look. I can't wait for the story. Like, I don't get what the story is yet. None of us do, but everything here is just really fascinating. It's so intriguing, and I just can't wait to see exactly what happens here. I really can't wait to watch this show, just to see Daryl in this setting talking with these newer characters and being like what's happening here, and just seeing what the story is like. I really cannot wait for it. So yeah, not too much longer until Comic-Con, so definitely make sure to be a subscriber to get all my videos. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.